Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. Outside it's 5:15 and it is somewhat dark. I hope it's okay. I feel like sitting outside. My mother's resting. She's being quiet right now. Thought I would take a few minutes. Derek is in the dining room, so she's in the living room, so he's right there. So she's not all alone. We're watching Columbo. Well, she is. There's a channel on I never know how internet movie IMDb, is that what it is? There's a channel with that, and it's all free stuff, and there's every Columbo ever, and I love Columbo, so I get to just listen to that during the day. It's not something I have to pay attention to because I've seen them all 1,000 times. Anyway, I thought I would hop on, fill you in on a couple of things. And it's nice and cool out here, and that's what I feel like doing, just sitting outside. It's noisy, it's dark, but it's cool, and I'm comfortable. Today was a better day. My mother didn't have any meltdowns, but I did, give her some lorazepam this morning in her prune juice, and so now she's starting to get a little antsy, and they want me to give it to her every 1 to 2 hours, and I just simply refuse to do that because I don't want her to just be lethargic all day. That's not what I'm aiming for, but I don't want it to get to the point where it escalates and then it's unmanageable, and it started to be unmanageable a few minutes ago, which is why I thought I'll just come and sit outside and take a little breather, and then I'll give her some medicine. I got some, I want to say good news today. No, not about my furniture, but for private pay care for my mother. All right, so after doing a lot of research, picking a company, doing stuff with them, having them here a few times, picking the right person who was supposed to start today, I got a text yesterday afternoon saying, oh, that person took another job, and so I don't have a person now. The weekend person could still come out, but I'm on the fence about a weekend person because Skylar's not in school, and it's really going to be cramped here. And, I just, during the week is better because Skylar's in school, so it's not going to bother her that there's another person in the house, and it's just, I don't know. So I told them that I was very disappointed that there's not enough staff to have somebody fit that spot, and so I said, don't send the weekend person out. If I can't have the weekday person, I don't even want to bother with the weekend person. That's going to be just more stress for me. I want to pay for consistency and, and just not having to worry. So I told her that too. I said, look, you don't even have enough people to fill that spot. So what happens if the person we have needs a day off or is sick and I don't know, some people are really good at taking days off. And I don't want to be stressed out about that. And I don't want, oh yeah, and she did say, well, every little bit that you get helps. And no, it doesn't. I want something consistent. I don't want to worry about it. That's like saying, oh, every little bit you get of shoveling helps. No, it doesn't help if there's a storm and it's a day nobody's coming to shovel. That doesn't help. I need to know somebody's there. I want to pay for that. So I told her, this isn't going to work for now, because I can't work the way I want. I have to face the fact that without my furnishings, my tables, my sewing machine, all my stuff, I simply can't work the way I want. I can record and do videos, but I can't do the fabric sales and the videos that I want to do, like on quilt blocks and all kinds of things. So I told her I'm going to have to sit back and just take care of my mother and not worry about this until I'm in an apartment, and I only really want to be with a company who's going to be able to make sure that I have an aide. So she said, let me make some calls on your behalf for veteran aid. I don't know if I mentioned this in a past video, but my father was a veteran. I didn't know. All these years my mother could have been getting benefits for that. No clue. Nobody ever told me. So she found 2 programs that she thinks my mother would be able to qualify for, and one of them already called me, and my mother qualifies. But I have to go through a fucking shitload of hoops to get this done, and what is pissing me off is the papers that I need are in a warehouse in Massachusetts. 2 boxes I wanted to bring with me on the plane. My taxes, which was the least important of the 2 boxes because I can print copies of that, but I thought it's convenient. I've got it all here. I don't want to have to print all this shit and receipts and stuff like that. So I took the taxes, and then the other one I wanted were the personal files. Just, the very important things like the death certificates and, the papers, the paperwork, things about my mother's medical care and, just all kinds of stuff like that. And I didn't bring that one. I brought a different one that I didn't really need. So that makes me very, very sad that all those, the marriage certificate, everything, my marriage certificate, my husband's death certificate, just all that stuff I don't have in my possession, and I'm just worried that I'll never get that stuff. I really am worried that I will not ever get my stuff. Or that I'll get some of it, and a lot of it will just be lost because they just threw everything into a warehouse and they're waiting now for enough stuff to fill a truck so that they can drop things off from Massachusetts to Mississippi or even further. So that's what I have to wait on. I have to wait for them to fill a truck. And I will name the company after, because I wouldn't want you to do business with either one of them. The thing is I did not hire the business that I have. I hired a company that swore to me that they were not brokers and that I would have my stuff put on a truck and delivered here. But then they sold my contract. The day before I was scheduled to have stuff moved, flights, everything were ready. So at that point, I had no choice, That's what they do, and they do that often. So you really got to be careful if you're moving with a mover that's going to be driving your stuff any distance, because it just all sucks. And the company that ended up doing my move has terrible reviews. I'm just so upset. I'm so upset about all of this. So the good news is, though, that if I can get all that fucking paperwork done, anybody who knows me knows I hate paperwork. I think most of this can be done online. No, that's right. No. She's sending me a whole packet of paperwork that I have to fill out. But online, I can get all these things, and that pisses me off because there's fees for all these things that I have. I just can't get my hands on them. But, I'm just going to have to do it because they said that my mother is eligible for like 80 hours of home care with that home care company that I hired, and I have to pay like 30 of those hours, and they will cover 50. Now, did I say 80 hours per month? So we're looking at approximately 20 hours per week. I needed 28, but I'm willing to drop the weekends. So that'll work out. That'll work out great. So my chunk is going to be, way less than, it's like a little over 700 for the month, and then they're covering the rest. And what I was looking at before was almost $700 a week is what I was going to be paying for the 4 hours per day per week. Now it's going to be over 700, but that's for the month, and then she'll get some other hours paid for by the VA. However, it's less hours, but I don't care. Now at this point, I don't care so much if it's not as consistent because I'm not paying full price for everything. So I'll feel like, a little bit more relaxed. I'll be happy that she's getting that extra help. But again, this is just minimal care. I need more care than that, but I'm willing to try it at that reduced rate out of my pocket, and we're just going to go with that. So that's just how that's gonna go, and but yeah, are they gonna have staff? See, that's the other issue. I might have to wait a month before they have somebody who's willing to work those hours that I want. So, I don't know. Other than that, like I said, today was an okay day, but I'm always on the edge of my seat. It's getting very dark because I'm always just nervous. I'm always just nervous as to how things are going to play out. Oh yeah, so I have recorded 2 videos on my Growing Up Crazy channel, so go check that out. Go subscribe to that. I'd like to keep it going. It's not monetized, so I love that I have something to look forward to, getting it monetized again. It was monetized for a long time, but the watch time dropped, and it's already really building up. So I could be monetized in a matter of a few days, and I'll be happy to see, what kind of response there is to that channel. And it's going to be not just about me and my mother, but just to talk about narcissism. And I can say, how it relates to me, but, just to bring awareness to this, because I think there's a lot of people who don't understand, and I think everybody might have a narcissist in their circle somewhere, and they don't quite understand that person, and maybe that will help people to understand. So I will link down below or in the sidebar, wherever, the description of this video, I'll have a link to my Growing Up Crazy channel, and that is 5 years old, but and no videos for 5 years, but I have 2 now. I did one again today, and it felt good to talk about it, and I'm just hoping nobody tries to put a damper on that for me, because it's important to me, and I just don't care. I'm gonna do what I want to do. So there, huh? That sounds like a good plan, don't you think? All right, you guys, I'm gonna go because I feel like it's very, very dark, and I need a little light. Somebody's here that I could bring out here, because I really like it out here. It's nice and cool, and I like it. And I'll be back with more soon. Bye.